our show. So come on in and take a seat. Warrior class, we got the keys. Doom, 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 doom. To get you where you need to be, just study our show. And you're gonna grow like crazy. Watching you will see. Doom, 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 doom. Warrior class, we got the keys, just watch our show, 'cause it's for you and your babies.
Welcome to Warrior Class.
With teachers with ass.
And you will too if you pass.
All right, this is the I Smell the Smelly Smell of Something That Smells Smelly episode.
Wow.
It ain't me.
Got to keep that hygiene up. The importance of it, we'll be dealing with that today. And for people who say, well, that's trivial, everybody knows how to wash their ass, wrong. I remember when I was in the nation, we were in processing class. That's when you're processing the
and proper hygiene, period. People just think they know.
Yeah. People are really ignorant of it. They think they know. Just like they think they know how to defend themselves. They may usually don't. When I was in the nation, we're in processing to be in the nation, to be FOI. His brother Ron taught, he started talking about, wiping your backsides to people. I know how to wipe myself. So he asked this one brother how to explain. He didn't know how to articulate it. Another brother said, well, you don't wipe yourself till after, like if you poop, you let it dry and basically flake away, and then you can wipe the rest off. That's nasty as hell.
That is
all kinds of craziness. And so he was teaching how to wipe yourself, and there were actually things that none of us in there knew.
Right.
Things that I stick to this day, and things that I've talked about and taught you all. Just simply how to wipe. People be like, I know how to wipe. A lot of, I watch sometimes at family reunions and stuff, people wiping their babies, and they're just wiping all over the place, just want to get the stuff off, and just wiping. And you can't wipe all over, all directions when you're cleaning your child. Same way as you clean yourself. You got to wipe front to back, men and women, by the way.
You stealing my thunder, Baba.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna go no further than that, but just letting you all know, that we aren't as savvy with cleaning ourselves, which is one of the keys to our health.
Your bone.
As we think we are.
If you think about it, the major keys to our health and wellness is mostly where we're ignorant at and think we know.
Right.
We think we know how to eat. Right. We think we know how to wash. We think we know how to survive.
To breathe.
I think that's by design. It's by design that we aren't taught these basic things, that we don't.
To walk.
Yeah.
Listen.
Breathe. Right. Breathe.
I'm just real quick. It was this guy. I was at some job back in this was years ago when I used to work for different warehouses all through Atlanta. I don't know how many I had. So one time I'm walking, God noticed I'm flat-footed, whatever. He was like, "Hey man, when you walk," I don't know how he knew this, but he said, "Spread your toes," because I cringe up a lot of times. I have to relax because my feet, I ball up my feet my toes for some reason. I just always ball up my toes a lot. When I'm just chilling, a lot of times I ball up my toes. I don't do it as much now because I don't know why, but so it's like, spread your toes and heel first and spread your toes when you walk. That's what he told me. And I did that, and the first thing it made me do was it made me straighten my shoulders for
Wow.
some reason, and it made me take deeper breaths. And I was amazed. I was amazed. He said, "Man, walk heel to toe and spread your toes out when you walk." And I did that. I started breathing better, walking like this. And every now and then, I would think about it, and it'll make me straighten up and take deeper breaths. To after a while, I kind of do it more regularly now. But
I'm gonna say this, that not in our notes. It hit me this morning. For men, if you are when you're going to the bathroom doing number one, not one and two because you're sitting down, but standing up. If to go number one, you have to clench your backside. You have damage to your prostate, and so you need to get that checked out.
yeah,
That's sign of either prostatitis. It could just be simple damage. You're not taking care of yourself. It could be prostatitis or it could be prostate cancer. So you definitely want to get that checked out. Also, if you urinate, men and women, and there are bubbles in the urine, that's kidney damage.
Wow.
So just so you know those things.
And just to clarify that, he's not saying because you can be acidic and have bubbles in, but frequently, regularly, is
right. Regularly, yes.
This is a regular thing. Every time you pee in, there's a bunch of bubbles in there. It could speak to that. It's speaking to that. Definitely.
And yes, 2F, don't strain when doing number two. That's another thing that I was taught in processing class. And then I talked to a doctor about it. They said every time you strain to use the bathroom, they estimate you take 1 to 2 years off your life.
Now, wait a minute. Don't say that because oh shit. It's 8:45. I messed up. But
you might have lived to be 90.
I was gonna be 377 years old, clearly. I better stop right now. I got one more and I'm out of here. Holy crap.
I was using the bathroom one time and somebody in the bathroom next to me and they I'm like,
oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
And when they came out, it was a little boy.
Woo.
I talked to their father. I knew the boy's father. I talked to his father. Said, "Man, look," and he didn't act offended, but you could tell.
Of course.
I said, "Look, man, look, you got to change your boy's diet. He in there, he's stressing and straining like a woman having a baby.
He been eating hot dogs for the past year and a half with cheese.
Exactly."
I want to shout out the chat real quick. Lawbrarian said, "Peace. Last week's class was excellent. Learned a lot of valuable information. We are glad that you did, sir. And shout out to you."
DC Joe Black said, "I'm a dead man. I guess he's been stressing and."
Excuse me. So this is a great question, a great chat question. Who is this? He blessed. 09 said, "Hey, good evening. Is there anything I'm not allowed to discuss as I was blocked from the last chat in the stream prior to this?"
Yeah, I was just about to say, I just saw him get blocked or her get blocked.
So listen, I got a great answer for that because of course there are things you're not allowed to discuss, but you don't know something that don't exist. So we won't know it unless you discuss it. But we can tell you this, a safe way to be is to stay on topic. If you stay on topic, you don't have to worry about that because now you're on topic. And we like it.
You know what's even safer than that?
Yeah.
Not to say shit.
Avoidance is the highest form.
Actually, that would be on topic for this show.
Avoidance is the highest form of self-defense.
Probably after you say.
And that's the real truth. That Bob was speaking martial arts. Avoidance is the highest form of self-defense. So avoid completely, and you get to watch the show. So peace. We appreciate you. Cynical optimist, peace. Young black economist, peace.
I have some advice for he be blessed 09.
DC Joe Black.
Don't be a contrarian. Don't just be in the chat saying all kinds of things that you know are outside of what everyone is discussing, and also outside of, people's comfort level and realm of understanding. Like, you can bring knowledge to people, but you know when you're stepping outside of bounds. I'm
Right.
sure you do.
Shidamachi?
Franny,
Shidamachi?
Franny 2F said, and it can cause anal fissures.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
hemorrhoids also.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to.
y'all killing me on that
All
one.
right, can we go to news before we can we get off this? Can we get off of this and go to get some news real quick and switch it up? We talking a lot of number two stuff. I just want
Yeah.
to hit a couple things because I see we ready to talk, which is I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. So, one thing because it's 111. Look at that. Hello, Emmanuel Briggs. So I want to read something that came up on my feed is about a Fulton County judge. Another one, not the one we all everybody think of the infamous case that's going on right now. But no, this happened in April and just came back out in July. The sentence, I guess, she was removed. So a judge, first time judge, has been the suspect of a Fox 5 team investigation since she took office. So a commission decided Peter is guilty of systematic incompetence because she ignored courthouse rules, abused courthouse personnel, made inappropriate posts on social media, repeated cases, and failed to do her job. Uh, this is crazy. She's basically, let me just cut. She was basically taking people bail money and stuff like that and pocketing it. She was taking their money. And she was taking their money, putting people in jail for stuff that they didn't know they could be in jail for. So one of the most controversial cases, uh, this
And
woman,
this is a judge?
yes, this is a judge that was doing this. So woman, Peterson, her
Cold
name is,
world, boy.
she's been removed now. Her case started in September. She had a chance to testify and confront her accusers. She faced 30 counts of misconduct. One of the trouble, one that troubled the panel the most involved Peterson's decision to jail a woman for simply trying to amend her marriage certificate to include the real name of her recent discovered father. So let me explain. This woman, right? She had her uncle as her father on her certificate her whole life because she didn't know her daddy. When she found out who her daddy was, she went to court to get him on the birth certificate. But the thing is, you're supposed to have a lawyer to do that unless you do it a certain way, right? And most judges going to say, I'm sorry, you need to be represented before you can do this. They're just going to tell you. This is a, this a black woman, man. This is a black judge. I'm talking about a black person. And to another black person, another black woman, trying to get her father on her birth certificate, went to court to amend the record. Judge Peterson failed to warn her she could do that and instead gave her a 20-day jail sentence for contempt because her husband couldn't pay the fine.
Wow.
It was a $500 fine. So, I mean, I'm not going to go too far. This is crazy. You can look this up. This recently happened. But it's just, we can't count. It's enough that the system is what it is. It's set up how it is. So you say we're going to work from the inside out, whatever, and the system has got the laws in place. You got to give your brother 50 years or whatever, because that's what's in place or whatever sometimes. So that is already flawed. It can be, well, some can argue that is flawed. I'm not sitting here trying to argue with you. But you got worse than that. You got these folks in here that look like you doing stuff like this. So Atlanta itself, I'm bringing this up because our judges have been highlighted. It's all around the world, but just know here for sure, if you ain't got money to play this game, you better stay from out that courtroom. This is not the place. This ain't your grandfather's courtroom. These judges are. That's why we always talk about. I always make jokes about paperwork. I don't make jokes about sovereignty. But I do make jokes about people who believe that paperwork is absolutely going to stop bullets from coming their way. Going to stop these folks from doing a judge from. I mean, it's ridiculous. These folks that's got their own law in their head, we've seen
Right.
it. Now live on camera in the high profile cases. So just wanted to bring that up and just give people a look out for that. And the second news, I think I dropped that in the chat. A woman that looking for her luggage, she exposed a whole theft ring going on at the airport. This was crazy. So yeah, this happened too. And this is important because a lot of us are traveling right now, and the last thing you want is for your crap to be stolen. So
Right.
what airline was this? This was your favorite airline. This was Spirit, of course. So hey, you pay cheap, you got to pay for it.
I
So
flew
basically,
Spirit once and will never do it again.
say what?
I flew Spirit once. Weren't you with me? And will never do it again.
Me neither. Me neither.
Man,
Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about that. That was horrible.
horrible.
It was horrible. But
Was it
And
about a year
I
ago?
said, hey, do we get peanuts or no? No explanation. No, you don't get.
it took us 19 hours to get from Virginia to Atlanta.
At least I'm like, man, we're gonna have to get a hotel.
They was gonna give us one. They
Yeah.
was no, get us home. How about that?
Right, like man, we've been sitting in this thing for 19 hours, 20 hours.
Oh my goodness.
It was terrible.
So
and they won't even give us a peanut.
Oh my!
I don't eat peanuts. Wouldn't even give us a peanut on the goddamn flight.
So look, ensure
19 hours.
Try to carry on. Try to keep your stuff close to you. If you got to check it, do what you can to secure your luggage, man. This woman was in Fort Lauderdale, and was looking for her luggage, couldn't find it, but had her Apple tracker. Tracked it to an employee that was seen looking at him come out the airport with luggage. They started filming the dude coming out with luggage. How nobody that worked there?
Right. How did they not see him leaving there with luggage before?
What are we doing? This is his routine. Nobody's saying that about this dude walking out with. I ain't seen his face, so that tells us something. I don't know. It's hard to find a lot about this. It's on CNN Travel, but they ain't showing no pictures of nobody. So I don't know what's going on, but they just saying the person he posted he only had a $30,000 bond, and if I see this right, trying to see how much luggage this dude supposedly. It's a ring. They said it was a whole ring. But it's one of those. It's one of those articles that has so much crap in between it. I don't know why they do this because this is on CNN. But anyway, you can look this up. But this is wild. Be careful out there. Be careful out there.
If you really have valuables, then drive.
Yes.
You got to take something very, very valuable with you. Do not check.
Just be careful. Period. My mother and father, they flew into Atlanta. My mother was up. I don't know if she got off first or how. Whatever. He was back doing something, and so I had my mother. I said, she's in a wheelchair, paralyzed on half her body. I said, I'm gonna take her to the car. So I got her bag. I'm headed to the car. My wife is waiting for my father. Next thing I know, somebody grabs the chair, my mother's chair. So I look, get your hand off my mother's chair. He, a TSA worker or whatever. So I said, hell wrong with you? So I'm walking, then he grabs me. So when he grabs me, I end up locking him up. I said, dude. And so my mother like, Adam, I said, no, dude. You touched my mother's chair. You stopped her from moving. You just grabbed me. I'll break you in half. You understand? You understand? And he was, no, let me go. I said, do you understand? Yeah, I understand. I said, dude, I'm still holding him. So my mother like, Adam, let him go. I said, nah, he didn't grab you. I said, I'm waiting for Dad to come now. And she's like, oh, no, please, please. So she said, let the man up. So I let him up. I said, boy, you better go ahead on. He grabbed his radio. I said, if you call anybody, they're going to pick your body up off this goddamn floor when they get here. Let us leave, man. What were you stopping me for? I said, if you call somebody, I'm going to hurt you now. that mug walked off. And so,
so he could make his call.
And y'all was going, my father, what's going on, dude? I said, this dude just grabbed me. Who? I said, he grabbed mama. What? So I'm gonna let's just go. He gone now. And so we walked out the airport, and me and him looking like waiting for a motherfucker to come. Like, come on. Nobody came. I'm like, hey, look, I was already on 10 when he grabbed my mother's chair. And they're gonna grab my body?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Door shaker, my father, goddamn dough shakers. He calls security people dough shakers. Goddamn dough shaker. Motherfucker, you gonna grab me? Dough shaker?
Dough shaker? Don't do him like that, boy.
And dough shaker, my father calls all security guys, door shakers. They make sure the door locked. So they say to him, the security guys, they door shakers.
Let me. Did you hear about this happened last week? The train, the freight train that derailed in Chicago suburbs Thursday. It was last Thursday.
No.
You heard anything about that? They keeping real quiet. They say it's like 11 cars right on the suburbs, and they trying to keep 25 cars carrying various substances. Madison, Illinois.
Oh, Madison. Okay, that's far from. That's 2 hours from Chicago. 2-hour drive.
Okay, they said
that's interesting.
They started an evacuation that affected people and businesses within a quarter mile east, 1 mile west, and 1 mile south of the site. According to the station, evacuation in the area was lifted Thursday afternoon, except for the areas very close to the derailment site. They didn't say how close. And then, so.
Chidi Masha 1025 2F, nothing like dry snitching on yourself. Hope you're not talking about me. Number one, my father gone, and me. But for folks who know me, I do that tomorrow. So just so you know, that ain't dry snitching. That's
who is that? He must be to the chat.
The person who got kicked out, the person who got kicked out of the other chat coming in here.
Right.
That person. Sorry.
Yeah, they did snitch on themselves.
I should probably know how I am. I'm just that's just how I am. Put your hands on me. Put your hands on definitely on my mama.
I got something real quick too.
But old boy got I don't know if James kicked him out in Renee's show and Saturdays with Renee, and he may have put him out here. I don't know.
I got something too real quick before we get into it for all of us and people in the chat. I want you to respond too, but for us three, and I'm cheating because I already got mine. So I want to keep on the note of trying to improve on yourself, always trying to constantly reevaluating your relationships with with people, with your religion, with your finances, just constantly reevaluating yourself and self-assessment. And so I was gonna ask y'all can you tell me one thing? And if you don't have one, you can just say one thing you want to do. But is there one or more than one thing that you personally are in your life are trying to improve on in your aspects of your person? So for me, what made me think about this because I'm trying to do better at I'm doing better and putting forth effort in less procrastinating in stuff that I don't want to do. Basically, to sum it up, I could narrow it down, but it's basically just things I don't like dealing with, whether it be administrative or knick-knack stuff, fine print, but I'm getting better with avoiding those things, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and just that type of stuff? Do y'all have something like that? And for you people, and for you in the chat, this is for something because you all always want to constantly be focusing and working on something aspects of yourself, if not multiple aspects of yourself at the same time. So I just wanted to throw that out there for y'all real quick.
Yeah. For me, we talk about your 80-20, right? So it's 80-20 means is layered. So it's 80% of what you use out of the 100% of things you know, 80% you use, 20% you rarely use. Well, that 20% is what I try to work on, right? To strengthen myself. Or wherever I feel I'm weak at, I work on it. Talk with my family about that. Wherever you weak, work on it. Me, my wife, and my son just had that conversation about wherever our weaknesses are, work on it. My son was telling me he wants me to be more active because, like, just he does too. Works on a lot of his work he does on the computer. He's a graphic artist, and so he's like, you're hitting the gym. You look really. I know my friends' fathers. You're in better shape than they, and if they the same age, some younger. You're in better shape than they are, but I want you to be more active. And first I'll be in defensive, like, hey, well, I've had, several strokes, heart attacks, given. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I said, you can't see it, so you don't know what I'm going through in my head, right?
Yeah, bum.
And then I said, and then I said, let me stop giving excuses because I have to look at what he said. Is it what he said wrong? You're absolutely right, though. I need to be more active. Even though I'm active and more active, like you said, than most people my age, I still need to be more active because he looks back to when, before the strokes, I was more active than even the other students.
Not even that, Bobby. He's not. You. I just want to say this real quick because you can't compare yourself to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be like you in shape. Looking, you can't even look at people your age because you ain't. You got to be in shape for you.
Right. You got to
But
compare
you know you
yourself
supposed to
to
be. You know what I'm
yourself.
saying?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to mention that, but that's how I am. Like, yo, I got to get back in shape. I look at other people. I look at other people like, okay, I'm in shape. Nah, I got to be in shape for me. I know what I know. You know what I'm saying? And even
Right.
though,
And when you've been doing something all your life, you're not where you should be because I got a leg up on other folk my age too. Because I've been doing
right,
it
exactly.
the same way dudes when you look at dudes who are just diesel, and you're like, man, he 60 and it's a dude in the gym, walk, and they talking about me, but this dude come, I'm like, damn. And he's 60 some years old, but he been doing that shit since he
Right.
was 12 years old.
Right, exactly. It ain't come
So
overnight. He just
now
maintaining.
I was so tired at the gym last time. At the gym, it was a boy working. He's training for UFC. He moving, he doing all that, and every time he turned to the left, his left hand would drop. I think I told you, but I was too tired to give him pointers. I'm looking like, God damn, he will get knocked out. But I'm too tired to say, son, you got to tell right there where you're dropping. Every time you turn to the left, you're dropping that left hand, and they're gonna knock you out with that right. And I'm like, I'm just too tired. So hopefully his first fight, once he gets knocked out, he come back. Then I can tell him what happened.
I know I eat this. I know I live this shit, Baba. Because when you told that story in my mind, I was like, damn. Could I have told if I saw him that he was dropping the left? Would I have noticed that? That's what I'm saying, thinking to myself and shit. I'm like, shit. I got to get the way I noticed the left fucking drop. No, but yeah, that's beautiful.
And you do need to, because
yeah,
if somebody fighting you,
yeah.
and a friend of mine, Rusty, when I was growing up, he used to want to slap box with everybody. He slap boxed with me once, never asked again, and he would do this to folks. And then they go and where they going there, he's telling me to go, telling you to go, and then he moved. So when he was going right here, he's
You went to the other
expecting
side.
to slap. I slapped on the other side.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Bah!
That's
Oh!
right.
I'm like, hey, why would you? What's this? You telling me to go here? You think I'm going there?
You want it one way.
Right? You wanted one was the other way. I'm telling you, grab me, grab me, grab me. You a damn fool. If you
Bop.
right, or you know what I mean? Grab me around the waist, grab me around the waist. If you bad, grab me around the waist. And a fool would do that. When I was young, knock this chip off my shoulder. I always hit dude in the face. When we were children, they were like, you don't be fighting right. You don't be fighting right. You don't be fighting right. I told you not to chip up. First of all, you ain't got no chip on your shoulder. That's metaphorical. You got a chip on your shoulder, meaning you're upset with me about something. There's no actual chip there. So right here, but in here is where you're upset at. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that for you.
It's ridiculous.
That was all the time, man. Baba
Shout out
thought,
Smooth Rebel.
bring up your left, but a yawn came out. Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Right.
I keep comparing myself to my 25-year-old physique, DC Joe Black. Never ever unless I build a time machine.
We were at a warriors retreat. We're gonna get right into it, but we were at a warriors retreat, and God, we were working hard, and it was hot outside. Everybody working hard, about to pass out and shit. And I said, man, this shouldn't be that hard on me, right? I said, next year, I'm gonna be working to starting today. Next year, I'll be back to my shape. I was 40 something, being a 28-year-old man. When I left there, I'm like, that shit was pure emotion, because I'll be damn, I'm not gonna get back to the shape of when I was 28 years old.
Not without enhancement.
Right. I'm like, that was bullshit. But hey, I felt it when I was saying it. Everybody crying and speaking about what they gonna do and this and that. We're gonna be training with you. We're gonna be and it was several martial arts. Everybody, Baba, we coming to your school. It's been too long and I haven't made it, and I'm gonna make it. They crying and shit. Whoa. And after I came down out of the retreat, they didn't come to class. It was all in.
You just froze a little bit.
Yeah, you froze, Baba.
Speaking of, that's one of the reasons why I did. Oh, go ahead, Bob. I couldn't hear you. You still froze. You froze for a second, Bob.
Yeah.
Why you froze, man? That's why I didn't want to go to my not didn't want to go. That's one of the reasons I didn't go to this reunion I had.
A high school reunion?
Yeah. It's a 3-school reunion decade for the whole 90s. I went to the last high school reunion, and
hello.
There you go, Bobby. You back?
Hello.
You back? I went to the last.
You're delayed though.
Yeah.
Y'all can see each other, but
yeah, we see you.
Could y'all see each
we
other?
See you, but you were frozen. Yeah.
We good.
So y'all. Oh wow. Because I kept saying, hey. I said, Ominiki froze with us. I said, I thought she was just asleep. And and then Belay was frozen. He was smiling. I said, it looks sinister. And I saw nobody could hear me. I don't think so.
Maybe the chat can let us know, but I'm pretty sure it was just you, Baba.
Hey, let us know in the chat what exactly happened. Did Baba freeze and we keep going, or did the whole thing freeze, or what did y'all see? But I'm gonna
y'all keep going. If I'm frozen, like when I'm speaking, y'all can just take over.
Yeah, we kept going. That's why I was about to finish what I was saying. Real quick, if y'all heard what I was saying. But one of the reasons when I went to the regular reunion, it was like the 30th or something, and 25th, I don't know. But I went and I was so excited. I was happy meeting people and stuff. But it's something about, I realized the thing about me, it's something deep down. Once I finish laughing and shit, I want to do something bigger than just laugh and party. All these black people here, I want to do something, and then I become the one dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about we need to get together and rather be anything. I don't want to be that, and or
Right.
I don't either. So I can stop myself from being that. So let me just say that I don't become that because I want to do that. I'll withhold that, but I want to do it. But then what happens is people come to me. Yo, man, I see you on Facebook, man. I see you on social media. Check this out. I do this, that, and the third. Here go my car. Yo, call me up. Yo, we gonna bang, bang, boom, boom, bow, and bang, bang, boom. And I get hyped. Okay. Because I wasn't talking about that. And you come up to me, and then now I got all this. I come back to Atlanta and I got these numbers and these people, and I'm telling Baba, we gonna do this and we gonna do that. Because dude got the hook up over here and he running this over here and he gonna put us over there, and nobody don't do shit. Nobody don't do shit. And then I get upset. And then I don't like dude on Facebook no more. And I don't like his post no more because he lame as fucking, he ain't talking about shit. I don't want to go through all that. Okay. I don't want to go through that. And this a bunch of new people. I mean, that I ain't seen in 20 years. I'll be mad for the rest for 20 years. I'll be talking about depressed. Nobody, Bobby, 20 people came to me said they gonna start schools and want to train and they gonna fly us down there, and they ain't never called me. Man, no. So that made the choice a lot easier. I don't know. I forgot what you was talking about, Bobby, that made me go into that. But
Uh,
anyway.
I remember I was frozen along. They said I was the only one frozen.
If I could, I'd like to share the things that I'm working to improve right now.
Exactly. What you trying to kick knowledge? Okay, yes, please. I mean, we just let Bobby be talking so much. We just forgot about you. I forgot to ask you that. No, it's my fault. It's my fault. I did it.
I'm working on being on time. That is one of the main things that I'm working on right now. And it's funny because
You like it though,
I
because you was
had
on time
conquered
today.
that years ago. I conquered that. I was able to be on time places, especially work.
And then you started
But
slipping
then I
in the
kind of
dark.
just fell back into it, and it got even worse. So I'm working
Slipping
on
in
that,
the
and
darkness.
I've been working on my self care, and like
Me too.
not being so frugal and actually paying to let people do things like my hair and that kind
Mm,
of thing, because it takes so much stress off of me that I didn't even realize I was putting on myself.
right.
Um,
And your hair looks better. No, I'm just kidding. I like it when you do
and
it. I like it. I like your hair all the time. It don't matter who do it.
thank you. But I wish I had done years ago. I really do. I mean, I don't, I hate to talk about regretting, but
Mm,
I feel
I
like,
agree.
I would have felt so much better so much earlier, if I were doing that. So there's some other things. I kind of have a list, but
Okay.
those are the two
For
main
me,
things.
that's what we were talking about. For me, I'm taking steroids and human growth hormone.
Right, right.
So I
They
was
give you
using
that
bovine
60-year-old
growth
baby.
hormone. Now I'm using human, so I'm improving myself.
Nice. That must be expensive.
To
Yeah,
be more active.
it's pretty expensive, but it's worth it. In the end result, since I'm back in the gym, the end results when I come and I'm just, I'm like, wow.
Swole
And
to
and
death.
and, and, and I have to give credit where credit's due. It's going to be the steroid use.
Beautiful. That's what's up, Baba.
Hey, hey.
James said, "I need relationship mentoring. I'm a mess." I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I laughed at that.
Are you talking about romantic relationships, James, or just relationships in general with other people? And thank you, Emmanuel Briggs. I appreciate the compliment.
Oh, it's funny. I manifesto said my dude had back pimples and a huge chest in high school from steroids. Well, I'm too old. I'm 56. I'm not gonna get pimples, so I'm good.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it, man. Because
Let's
All
see.
right, we're gonna get into it.
one
Uh,
thing that ain't on our list that I want, it might be because I didn't read everybody else's part, but we touch on it. Bobby touched on it. I just want to say this so I don't forget. Because I didn't know a lot of people didn't know this. Y'all don't use them blowers in public bathrooms.
What is it blowing?
What like
What is that stuff?
no, but let's understand the mechanism seriously, because I told this to one of my very intelligent friends that's highly intelligent, has a corporate dude was like, "Why, man? What's wrong with them?" Like he couldn't. And when I finally got him to calm down, I was like, "Yo, think about it. A vacuum, it has to suck in first to blow out. You realize the blower has to vacuum. I don't know if people caught that concept, but to blow, you need to vacuum. So you got to suck in the air from around that area. So they've already shown, you can look this up. It's full of fecal matter.
Well, that's what 2F said is recycled doo-doo air.
It's full of fecal matter.
Never basically a fart. Basically a fart on your hand.
Oh my God. No, let's get science, because they're everything inside.
I can do that on my own. If I can do that.
Let's be honest. This is microscopic pieces. It's not
going to be as effective at drying your hands, though, Baba. So,
even gas is microscopic particles. So this is microscopic fecal matter. You blowing all over your hands.
All different people, whoever's
and then as soon as you finish, you do this right here.
That's crazy, because when like I have a sandwich and it's too moist, like a from Kroger, I've been using that to dry it off, kind of toast it. Damn.
Oh my God. Think of the ones that be in the public swimming pool. Think about the ones that be in the swimming pools where you put your trunks in them to dry your trunks off. People put their trunk, they swimming, they put their.
That is really nasty. Now, I don't even mess with public swimming pools anymore. Was in Phoenix, went to take my daughter and my mother to the pool. And my mother said, "Let's go back." I said, "What?" She said, "Adam, let's go back." My daughter was my oldest daughter. She was 11 then. I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Look." I look, and there's a couple in the pool, and it's a dude, and the woman is sticking her finger in his backside. Now this in the pool. So I put my hands over my daughter's eyes and said, we can't go to the pool right now. Why not? I said, we can't go to the pool right now, baby. We'll go later.
You can't ever go to the pool.
Never went to that, and I never went to. I went to one pool. Me and the Lagoon were in Florida. Me and my wife were in Florida, and she wanted to take pictures in the pool. I said, "Would that be nice?" Because the children know I don't mess with public pools. So we got in the pool then, and I wanted to be out of there quick. I swam to the other end. My wife's like, "Hey, wait!" I climbed right out that bad boy, like, Yeah, I hope you got some good pictures, because that is grossing me out.
DZ Joe Black says Saturday ruined, and we talked about all of this stuff. So I just said, I never thought of that, and I'm a germaphobe.
Wow, yeah. So be careful going in those public pools. Now, swimming in the ocean is cool. The same thing may go on in the ocean, but hey, the ocean's so vast, it's just gonna wash that away anyway. When the wave come in and out, it's gonna wash that away.
Oh God, there's so much to say.
Better than being in the pool, it's just sitting there. So
don't use blowers. Watch out for crap in the pool. All right. Don't go in
if you're in the pool, and this has happened to me before in high school, you're in the pool and it gets warm all of a sudden.
Oh my God, go ahead with that.
I was sitting in the pool.
Start swinging.
The he had me teaching the beginner swimmers how to swim. And it's me and two other girls right there. I'm talking to them, and it got warm as hell, backed up. And so the one girl's like, "Wow, they turned up the heat in the pool or something." So I knew it wasn't her. I said, "She peed in the pool." What? And she grabbed the other girl, and they got to fighting. I'm like, "Oh my God, man."
I didn't expect this episode to.
And the gym teacher was like, "Well, just swim through it. It'll wash off you." I said, and it gets in the rest of the pool. That is disgusting. So
because I'm a country dude, I didn't grow up in like public pools and like swimming pools because I grew up by the beach and a river and shit like that. Now I might be swimming in a drainage swamp, you know.
damn.
Yeah, I might have done some shit like that. But as far as in pools and shit, I've been good. But I've definitely swum in drainage swamp. Well, listen, y'all can pick at me, but if you're in Atlanta and in any of these streams, like I see this little commercial for this a bunch of black people at some stream and they dancing in the water and all this stuff. And I just want y'all to know that Atlanta, the way Atlanta pipes are and the sewage is, it's open lines. Like it's sewage drainage and all of that. Like
Yeah.
it's sewage and all of that.
I'm not gonna pick at you. I'm just gross out. But
I don't like the way you're looking at me. I don't like the way you're looking at me, bro.
all right,
And
so
shout
we'll
out to
get
Didi
to it.
Mama, Miss Annette, who caught us swimming in the drainage swamp and got us to lift a bunch of rocks about this big boulders to her yard so she could decorate her yard and said she wouldn't tell our parents. And by the time we finished working, our parents already knew and we got beatings anyway. So shout out, keeping it real because that's what you're supposed
You
to
got a
do.
rock, so
You use the children and then make sure they
Well,
get disciplined.
I got in trouble for taking out garbage for one of our neighbors.
Dang.
She was a prostitute.
Oh,
And so
yeah,
I don't know what was going through my mama's head.
you can't take prostitute trash
She was
out.
like, "You took a prostitute garbage out?"
Yeah. That's you take trash out. You don't take prostitute trash out. That's different.
I got in trouble. I didn't understand. I'm like, "What's the problem? I
No,
just garbage."
Mm-mm.
She's like, "No, anything can be in that." I still really didn't understand.
Yeah. They want
I'm
you to-
like,
wow.
"You judging me because she a prostitute, mama?"
yeah.
Yeah, if my son taking out her garbage, goddamn right. Did you use gloves? I didn't understand nothing she's saying.
You know how kids used to get paid to take out garbage in the neighborhood. I would only take out the prostitutes' garbage. They paid more. But anyway, let's get to it, y'all.
What? I mean, she had money. She gave me well for taking out that garbage, so I was cool.
What, you think I'm joking? The prostitutes had it. No,
But
Miss.
now I didn't look
Miss
through the
Virginia,
garbage.
I got
I'm sure
you.
my mother think I'm looking through it, finding condoms and shit. I wasn't looking through nobody's
Who
garbage.
did that when they took out people's garbage?
Well,
that's
I'm sure
that's
some
a different
people
kind
did.
of child,
I'm sure. Yeah, they're different. I was a different child, but not that different.
right?
He's the other
Let me
guy.
look through here. Like, no, that's gross. All right, so
Okay.
now, when I took out the garbage, if my sister gets on the line, she'll be like, "Yeah, we know you didn't. I wore a helmet. I took the garbage out to our garbage to the back porch." My mother's like, "Boy, why you wearing a helmet?" I said, "I don't want no debris or flies and nothing to get in my hair."
You pretty bastard.
That's vanity.
I can't stand you. I can't.
They call that being light skinned. These.
Oh no.
Around
That is a very light skinned
That's
thing.
what the young
It was a
folks
very light
say.
skinned thing for me to do because none of my dark skinned friends wear no goddamn helmet.
I can't even fast. I can't.
I'm pretty sure. Wow.
Yeah. I wore a helmet. But anyway, and I don't mind telling people because I was very young. I wouldn't wear a helmet now.
For those just coming in with Mama say you wore a helmet as a child. I don't want y'all to think the wrong thing.
No, not a helmet that I had to, not that.
No, he didn't have to wear a helmet. It's not that.
Right.
And I just want to say real quick before we get into it, and this will be real short. Y'all know we ain't like the norm folks. We ain't the normal potters because not one time did we say hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We don't even.
Damn.
Sometimes we don't even think. We love y'all, so we don't even think about it, man. We natural with this. But y'all on Facebook, y'all on these other streams, hit us up, man. Hit the subscription.
Yeah.
Join
Likes.
us. We need these likes. Yeah, we need these likes. And for I hope none of my friends ever watch me and don't hit the like button. I was in one of my friends' pods the other day. I ain't gonna say it, but a close person to them was in. I should say it because they ain't here. They ain't on here. If you hear, then I'm gonna find out. His wife was on the. I saw his wife on the chat talking. It wasn't no likes on the pod.
Well,
but his wife was in the chat.
I was gonna say,
you better hit
a lot of people will like my wife will ever so often, but she ain't
Listen.
liking every post.
Future wife, you get on my chat and you don't like, I'm divorce you. That's it. It's over. You don't like my post. It's
Because
over.
most of the stuff she done heard this for years anyway from me, so she ain't. Anyway,
All right, that's
we
all I
gonna
just
get
want to
to
say.
it.
Hit
So
the like.
I used to be offended by that, but I ain't offended because I ain't going to all her events.
Yeah.
I'm
My
not
mom
going
used to
on
get
it.
mad at me for not liking her Facebook, but I ain't liking your Facebook.
I'm just glad my mama ain't on Facebook.
you praise. I'm telling you, lucky.
Boy, woo. All right, so the recent pandemic, which we're still living in, as Belay pointed out last week, made us aware of the importance of hygiene, particularly washing your hands to prevent diseases. Everybody was, washing their hands, and they had never washed their hands before with God. Good hygiene practice by organizations and individuals are essential in stopping the spread of infectious diseases and allow us to safely take part in the physical activities we love. I said organizations because some companies enforce that, particularly restaurants and stuff. But others do too. So if you work at a company and washing hands isn't a norm, be careful.
Right.
Be careful of contact with other folks.
Shout out to Elusive Views. To ensure you have good hygiene, hand washing for at least 20 seconds and showering at home before after physical activity is crucial. You're less likely to wash your hand. You're less likely to wash your hands if only running water available is cold. So make sure you use warm water and antibacterial hand soap. Make sure the warm water and antibacterial hand soap are easily accessible. In instances where water is not available, hand sanitizer should be used as an alternative, but nothing tops soap. It's not hand sanitizer over soap. I hated when that whole thing was going on. They're passing all this hand sanitizer like that work like soap. It don't. Topping up, soap dispensers can harbor
And
bacteria.
running water in particular with soap.
Yeah, kind of doesn't work the same without the activation. Um, topping up, soap dispensers can harbor bacteria, so you should wait until a soap dispenser is empty to refill it. Use disposable towels rather than multiple use where possible. People call me up. I do that. That's my thing. Avoid. I even clean with them, but that's another story. I'm a little funny with my stuff. Also, avoid touching your face as much as possible, unless you're so beautiful. You just also avoid. No, cover your mouth. Also, cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or bent elbow when coughing or sneezing, and immediately dispose of used tissue in a trash can when washing your hands for 20 seconds or clean them with the hand sanitizer. Never spit in the trash can,
Yeah.
especially if it's mine.
Especially if ain't no garbage bag.
And
Gross.
if you do spit in my trash can, you better train. You better be training. You better be training more than me because I'm trying to. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry. That was a shot. That was a shot at the homeboy, but I'm just.
Right. And coughing into your elbow is called chicken wing. That's something that, is easy to teach children, and it gives a good image for them. So
That's what it's
Oh,
called.
I got taught
Yeah,
Count Dracula. I got taught Dracula.
really?
Yeah.
I always thought it was you. That's what I always thought.
The
Well,
dab.
that's nowadays.
That's
yeah,
Dabbing.
relatively new.
I thought.
Dabbing.
All right.
Also, most of us have been wiping our backside since we were 2 years old or younger. Most of us probably think we're pretty good at it too. However, it was documented in a recent survey that 33% of women admit to wiping back to front, and 35.2% of men wipe while standing up. Whether you're wiping sitting down, up and down, or even upside down, messing up the fundamentals can lead to unwanted odor, discomfort, irritation, and even health complications. So let's get into it. After comfortably passing a stool Always wipe from front to back. Avoid any skin to skin contact with the poop. Simply reach behind your back and between your legs using plenty of crumpled or folded toilet paper. Wipe backward from the perineum, aka the taint, the space
I didn't
between
mean to
the
laugh.
genitals.
Anthony D said, "What did I walk into? What did I walk into?" That's what I laughed. You read the
All right,
topic. You know what
Anthony,
we're
let's
talking
get
about. Don't be
into it.
funny.
Let me reiterate. Wipe backward from the perineum, aka the taint, the space between the genitals and the anus, moving toward and past the anus.
It's called the
Use
tank because it tank the genitals and
right,
it
but
tank the ass.
it right. Yeah. Use additional wads of toilet paper as needed until the paper is clean. Wetting the tissue can help this. Remember, if the tissue is brown, you are brown. Never scrub the skin around the anus, called the perineal area, as this can cause micro tears in the skin. Bacteria can enter through these small tears.
No, whoa. Let's just wait.
Perianal area. What you
Are
say?
you never scrub as that
Oh,
like really
perineal.
hard? Because that almost sounds like don't wash your ass.
No. You wash your ass,
Scrub?
never scrub and washing are different. You scrub the floor. you know, so if you scrubbing your
Okay.
behind,
That's what I did think when you say scrub. I imagine hard like
That's
this
what
when you take
scrubbing
a scrub.
is.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
if you
So
scrubbing,
scrub
brother,
now
you
we
got
getting
those
somewhere.
perianal tears. You got those
We getting
perianal
somewhere.
tears.
Scrubbing implies pressure
Go ahead,
rise
Nick.
rubbing.
Go ahead, Nick. You got those perianal tears.
Look, Anthony D said, "Isn't this a conversation for after 9 p.m.?"
BLM out the dark, huh?
It's the weekend
Right,
conversation while the
right.
kids is out playing
Right.
and stuff.
Now, but you have to learn. We all got to learn to, wash ourselves. And
It's never a bad time
it's a
to learn
basic
hygiene,
conversation,
sir.
but it comes
We're
with
grown and we're in
there's a
adults.
lot
We
of
can
love
do it.
here.
but I love having this conversation with my children when they're young
Right. Yeah.
because I know, goddamn, they're getting right. My son told me when he was little, he said, "Daddy, my penis hurts." I said, "Your penis hurt?" I said, "When the last time you washed it?" About 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, that's why your penis hurting, son. Let's go to the bathroom. Let me teach you how to clean your penis.
It's funny, but
So
it's not funny. Ray J was talking about on an interview. He said that he was speaking about a 35-year-old woman basically molesting him when he was 14 because he was saying he was having sex with a 35-year-old woman. But the part that I'm talking about is he was saying he realized when he was dealing with her that he didn't know how to wash because he said he'd take a shower. She's like, "Go take a shower." You think he'd go take a shower, and she'd be like, "That ain't washing." She'd get a white towel and wipe him off, and he'll see all the dirt on the towel.
damn.
He didn't realize he didn't take baths back then. And you can take a lot of showers, but sometimes you got to get in the tub periodically and soak that shit off your ass.
It's funny when I was in college. That's what I used to tell sisters, like, "Girl, get in that tub.
You got to get under some water." That's what my mama said.
Girl." I used to say that all the time. They be thinking this one girl, she was fine. She, we're gonna do the do. She unzips her pants, and the whole room reeked. And I just pointed at the door. I said, "You gonna put me out? I'm not going nowhere." Then I pointed at the window. So you can go out the door or the window, but you getting out of here. And when I say, and go straight to the tub, just like that. And she never talked to me again, but but I hope that I helped her. And
I hope you did.
Hope she's watching this class right now.
Yeah, this is. I mean, we could really do another show on this. To be honest, I'm holding back comments, but
I'm glad you
I wanted to add to one thing that I just said about wetting the paper. There's a lot of different brands of wipes out there now.
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff that's on those wipes are really unsavory, and it's not something that you want to be using over time. But there are some that are pretty decent and have some natural ingredients. Definitely, as a woman, you can try to keep some of those wipes with you in your bag so that if you are in a public place, you know can have something decent to use.
I had I need to get some more too. Flushable wipes. They have them at Walmart with aloe vera. They're organic and they're flushable. You don't
You
want
have
to
to be
flush.
really
You don't want to flush non-flushable wipes in your toilet. It's gonna clog.
Definitely not.
you have to be really careful. I was about to say this. You gotta be really careful with wipes because even a lot of ones that say they are flushable are not. If you talk to plumbers, they they
They
they,
don't
they
break
make
down.
right. They still not good for your substitute.
Mm.
They may not. They may be flushable, but that doesn't mean they're friendly. You know what I'm saying to your system. So
Yeah.
y'all be real careful with using them. And like I said, there's only a few of them that are really good. You got to really be paying attention because you do not want. I'm sorry, real quick, because you say this could be a whole nother thing.
Right.
Y'all know the fastest way to absorb things sometimes is through the skin,
Yep.
and definitely through the skin around the anus. It's
That's
one of
a
the quickest ways to.
mucous membrane.
This is not a joke. What I'm saying right now. So to put chemicals, artificial chemicals, in some tissue and wipe with that is. Let me just say this: for the people who manufacture that, that's diabolical. There's no way you don't know. Like that could lead to so much shit. No pun intended. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go because, and this is like you said, this could be a whole nother show because the whole
Really
thing of
good.
what we're not addressing, and this is what people have to do real work on, is because I know adults that don't wash like that. Why aren't you washing? This is a psychological. This is some deep. This is what the real thing where everything is at that we deal with.
Absolutely.
And this is some serious. So some of y'all, even though we laughing and joking, there's some people watching this right now because that's the one thing we can. Well, that's one of the things we can sit with clothes on around our friends and act about. We can all act like we brush our teeth once or twice a day. We can all act like we do civilized things while we button up our shirts and everybody see us. My brother, rest in peace to my brother Andre Smith, because like I said, he told me one thing I'll never forget. You can lie to your girlfriend, just don't lie to yourself. And as I was that age, I got it for that situation. But that's so big, because that's what we do. We lie to ourselves and your body don't even believe you no more.
And cologne does not make you clean and doesn't fully mask stench.
Perfume neither, not even a good
And
kind
what
of
is cologne? What are you spraying on yourself? What is that? What is in there?
Cologne originated. The cologne in Europe was originated to mask shit, just like heels was invented to walk through shit.
Right.
Cologne was invented to mask the smell of shit. Don't mask your shit. Clean your ass. Let's keep it moving. I'm sorry,
Right.
Dominique. I broke your.
All right, so people who are unable to reach around their backs because of weight, injury, or Tyrannosaurus arms can reach behind the leg, can reach between the legs instead. They still need to wipe front to back, not back to front.
What if you got a real big butt and little arm and short arms? Holy crap! I'm sorry. Keep going. Baba made me imagine that.
Wiping from front to back is especially important for women. It is because it prevents fecal matter from entering the urethra, the opening where the urine exits the body. Accidental exposure to fecal matter is one of the leading causes of urinary tract infections. If this happens, gently rinse the urethral area with cool water. However, do not spray with a strong shower or flow. If you do, the water can force the microbes further up the urethra. Drink plenty of fluids over the next few days to help flush any remaining bacteria from the urinary tract. Once you have wiped thoroughly and flushed, wash your hands with plenty of soap and water to prevent the transmission of infectious organisms such as hepatitis A, excuse me. Antimicrobial hand washers are useful but not necessary. Follow these steps when washing your hands. 1. Wet your hands with clean running water and apply soap. 2. Lather by rubbing your hands together with the soap. Lather the backs of your hands, between your fingers, and under your nails as well as your palms. 3. Scrub for at least 20 seconds. An easy way to time this is to hum the happy birthday song twice from start to finish. 4. Rinse your hands thoroughly under clean running water. 5. Dry your hands using a clean towel or allow them to air dry.
Now, air dry is not that dryer.
Yeah, not blow dry, air dry.
Right. Air dry is air dry. The air, the environment. Oh,
They say that that's a really great way to dry off after a shower for some reason. I forgot what it was. Um, of course, it's
oh,
always good to use a rag and go over your skin after you get out of the shower to exfoliate. But he also was talking about air drying your body while that's healthy. I forgot.
yeah, and a quick thing on drying. If you have a fungal infection, um, well, women is internal, but men, if you have jock itch or whatever, it's best to air dry. Do not rub that with the towel.
Good point. Puberty. I forgot boys go through that. What boys get that jock itch through puberty and stuff? Why did we get that? That's nobody.
Men get it too. So
why did nobody explain that to us? Though?
Like when you train hard too, it's a fungal infection. So say when you train, I had one when I was 20.
I know what you mean. Yeah, wrestlers can get it.
I had trained, I was training real hard. It was the summer in Chicago, and it was a 2-hour trip home. And instead of showering at the school, I wait till I got home. And now you marinating in all of that sweat.
That's why I say wrestlers get it.
So yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
because you sweat. You know how hard you sweating and training, and then the ride home might be 30 minutes.
Right, exactly.
Then you go home and you eat, you do this and do your homework before you wash and all. Might do all that. Yeah, it'll happen to you. You get raw.
Yes,
that's a bad thing.
It's bad.
Don't take a towel.
And then I'm trying to get rid of it naturally, so I'm using kyolic garlic. Everybody like, man, I smell a pickle. Everywhere I was in, I'd be playing it off because trying to get rid of it with the kyolic garlic, and that wasn't working. I won't say what I use. I'll say I use jock itch medicine.
Yeah,
I won't say the brand, but
use that ointment.
Yes, and they got rid of it after 2 weeks. I know it wasn't 2 weeks. After a week, they got rid of it.
That ointment used to work now.
Yeah, but that can damage your liver, so just be careful if you're gonna get that stuff.
Exactly. Don't you? And I didn't use nothing because I was afraid to tell anybody because I thought something was wrong because nobody shared information.
Right.
Nobody shared information. I didn't know what was happening to me. I thought
the first thing I did, no information, right? I'm just trying to do it on my own, and I'm 26, 27. First thing I did was use foot fungal powder.
Woo!
And that burned so bad, I was jammed up.
Fire!
Well, I literally had to throw my testicles in a bowl of ice.
And then, you want to scratch, but you scratch. Oh my goodness!
And
if
you spread it too.
That's why you can't wash. You can't use a rag too much because it's gonna make you grind, and it's gonna feel good. And next thing you know, that water gonna mix with that burn. That's
what happened with me. It was on the testicles that I'm wiping. Then it ended up on my thighs, my ass. So be careful. They're the guy who used to blow dry his privates after showering. Well, that's better than scrubbing it dry with a towel. So hey.
Our manifesto says you use tenactin for that. I would be very, very careful. Remember what I was just saying about your
tenactin. I've heard of that.
Yeah, tough acting tenactin. check the ingredients on that, brother, because I'm gonna be real careful about using chemicals. I'm not sure what tinactin got in. I think it's just cornstarch and something else. But if it's any type of medication in there, because I know sometimes like the Gold Bond, some stuff got medication in it, you got to think about it. When you take oral medication, a lot of times you have to take another medication because it damages your liver. So you have to take something for your liver. But if you taking if you getting chemicals on your skin, it's still going to affect your liver, but you're not taking anything or doing anything to help that. So you could be damaging your liver with a lot of these things that got little medication in. It could just, well, I ain't gonna go too far, but yeah, be careful.
Well, James said the fact that you know that, Franny, is hilarious. Well, she was dating the guy, so either they talked about it or she saw it, you know. But that's a
And I do.
that's a good idea with the blow dryer. As long as you don't let that bad boy get too hot.
You got the moment between doing this job and too hot. That's not gonna. That's a couple seconds. You gotta
right.
be. Your
You gotta be
sensitivity
quick.
better be.
You gotta be quick.
Your sensitivity better be up there. And yes, you know what? I might start wearing a white coat on the. Somebody said I need a white coat when I went.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, you know. Yes, and then it might be good for a segment.
That's what I was about to say. The white coat segment.
Yeah. Hey. Now,
like
when diarrhea is persistent,
when
diarrhea is persistent or severe, keeping the anus clean can be difficult. This is especially true if it is sore and red. In such cases, you can use unscented baby wipes. We already talked about them. Don't flush them. You can put them in a garbage bag, tie it up, toss it away. Now it look like they both cut out. Something happened. Try to avoid overuse of the wipes, though, as they can worsen irritation over time. Or wet toilet paper or a wet washcloth can usually do the trick. Make sure you got good toilet paper. You don't want it breaking up. And, oh, goodness. If even gentle wiping causes discomfort, try using a ball syringe, which you can buy at most drug or chain grocery stores. So the ball syringe, it's got you take the water and spray. Others opt to use the bidet. Somebody mentioned the bidet in there. They have it at their house, or a hand shower to rinse fecal residue from the skin. Cool to lukewarm water can be especially soothing. If you experience ongoing rectal pain between bowel movements, try soaking in a lukewarm tub of water. You can add Epsom salt and colloidal oatmeal, both of which can help to reduce inflammation. Avoid hot baths. I'm talking about if you got rectal pain. However, as they can dry the skin. This may make the pain and itching worse. When finished, dab the perianal area with a soft cloth and allow your bottom to air dry. Apply some fragrance-free barrier cream, fragrance-free lotion, or whatever to help lock in moisture.
Now,
and a good lotion, not
yeah, some shea butter. Get you some shea butter.
Yeah, right. Bingo.
Shea butter.
That's a barrier cream. That's right. And so
There's
best
some decent lotions out there, but they are really few and far between and expensive.
The best thing to put on your skin, wherever it's at, your skin is at, you should also be able to put it in your hair and also eat it. Put it in your mouth.
So check it out. Funny you said that. So I haven't been getting shea butter for the past. I've used shea butter my whole life, basically every day. The organic kind you get from wherever everybody know. I haven't been doing shea butter since I moved. Saving my little money. Guess what I've been using this whole time? Some coconut, regular organic coconut, unrefined. I use it, and like Baba said, I can put it in my hair, I can put it on my lips, I can eat it.
Right.
People don't think about that, but you can put on if you don't want to put on chemicals. Say you somewhere and you don't have what you normally have, your natural stuff, and somebody wants you to use some Jergens. Ask them if they got some olive oil, some grapeseed oil. You don't think about that kind of stuff, but not vegetable oil, not Crisco or nothing like that. Don't put no Crisco on your skin. Don't eat it. Don't put it on your skin. I don't know.
Now, Jergens is dangerous. To let you know how dangerous it is, if you wear Jergens, you will not get bitten by mosquitoes.
Damn.
They will not come near you because they even got the sense not. They don't want that shit. It'll kill them if it touches them.
Is that why they used to run when I waved my hands when I was younger? When I used to
No,
just
that's
wave my
cause
hands, they smelled all the jerkins on my palms. They would just.
no, that's cause you were born the god of mosquitoes.
No,
You were born god. Your parents didn't tell you, but I knew. I've been looking for you for years. You're the god of mosquitoes.
I don't think you caught that joke about the jerkins on my palms while I was young.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh
right.
God.
I mean, we are really taking it there today.
Okay, wiping too
Oh.
much or too hard. Excuse me.
That's okay. Go ahead.
Did you say drip too hard? Drip too
No.
hard. Don't stand too close to what ground down.
Well, I'm not.
What you were talking about, drip too hard. Pause. It's terrible.
Anyway,
Right,
wiping too much or too hard. Now this is a serious one, and
somebody said Lord of the Mosquitoes. Wait a minute. So Lord of the Mosquitoes.
They
Lord
put
of
it
the
together.
Mosquitoes,
I like that.
fitting.
Who said that?
I manifesto. That's fitting. Hey, in both
So look.
both ways. That was
I see
clever.
what you did there. I manifesto. Enough respect.
Yo, he must be a rapper. That was good. That was good. That was good. Oh, that was funny. Holy shit. Excuse me. All right, so this is an important one right here. Wiping too much or too hard can lead to anal itching, a condition known as pyroanal. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what it's called.
Pyru. God, you'll get a visit from them next.
I was about to say, yeah, look.
The blood, the Pyru. Oh
Don't
Lord.
play with them.
Shout out to the Pyru. It's not
I was
y'all.
about to say, it ain't.
Psoriasis.
No. We down. I'm down. Pyro. Love, respect, salute, all that.
5335. Yeah, whatever.
There you go.
I don't mess with either one of them like that, okay?
Perutius Annie? Ain't I? Is that how you say
you know, A-N-I is I need. You know what that is.
I don't know if they pronounce it the way we pronounce it.
Perutis, I need.
I don't like that.
And the whole thing is Perutis, I need, you and we are.
This is why you got this section.
If y'all ain't on Facebook, y'all don't know why I take this personal. This is disrespectful, but I'm gonna keep going. A condition known as Perutis ani. I think Baba making me pronouncing it that way. Perutis ani without an underlying cause is essentially an inflammatory response caused when delicate tissues near the anus have been stressed or compromised. So,
real quick, just so you know, so we're not laughing at the condition. His name online on Facebook is I need you and we are.
Yes.
And so I need that's what we laugh. That's what I'm laughing about.
So I want to tell you why this is serious, because this can lead. The thing about this, you wipe too hard, and you get irritable, and it becomes an itch, right? And because of that, you'll repeat the process. You go back in the bathroom because you're itching and wipe harder.
Right.
And so you get inflamed membranes even more. That's going to lead to a more serious, constant pain.
Or wipe against an object, which also causes issues.
I hope you're not wiping yet.
You know, some people try to be slick and they'll
right
like the outside, they wipe against the edge of a car or something, or
you're right. No,
yeah,
that's disgusting.
Oh, the odd pole here and there.
Right.
That's disgusting if you itching in your ass and you wipe it with
Looney Tunes.
I'm sorry. I personally just wet some tissue. Just wet some tissue. Don't do that, y'all. Anyway, but that really is a thing that because it's common, so that's why I'm talking about it. Redness and swelling caused by the dilation of capillaries just below the surface of the skin are common with Perutis ani. So is it a persistent, often unrelentless itch? So it is a persistent, often unrelentless itch. Sitting for long periods using harsh soaps or scratching can only make things worse. Remedies to try at home include emollient-rich barrier creams,
Shea butter once again.
shea butter, right? Some of which contain aloe vera. That's always good because you can put aloe vera in your shea butter. Vitamin A, vitamin E, and other anti-inflammatory agents. Refrigerating the cream before an application is especially soothing.
Now,
Over the counter, good.
now, real quick,
Hmm.
uh, pepper is anti-inflammatory. Do not use that. I think we'll get into that later, but I'm a person that loves pepper, but if you got any
Uh,
problems with your anus, do not even eat hot pepper.
I don't. I mean, if you, yeah, that's a bad combination. Over the counter gels and creams contain steroids such as hydrocortisone should be avoided or only used under the direction of your health provider. Extremes that I can't tell you, But avoid soaps, lotions, toilet papers, and wet wipes that are fragrance, like we talked about. These are likely to cause irritation. Until symptoms resolve, it is also a good idea to avoid eating spicy foods. All of these things will remain true too if you got like a boil close to that area. May want to do the same thing. See a health provider if you have persistent itching and pains or rectal bleeding. There are several possible medical conditions, some of them serious, that can cause these symptoms. They include yeast infections, prolapse hemorrhoids, uh,
Psoriasis,
psoriasis, how do you say this?
fistulas.
Fistulas or abscesses, anti-inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, or anal cancer. So y'all be careful out there.
Yeah, bro.
Now we're
Your
getting away from the anus.
You're away from the buttocks now, y'all. Calm down.
your oral health offers clues about your overall health. Problems in the mouth can affect the rest of the body. Like other areas of the body, the mouth is full of germs. Those germs are mostly harmless, but the mouth is the entry to the digestive tract. That's the long tube of organs from the mouth to the anus that food travels through. The mouth also is the entry to the organs that allow breathing, called the respiratory tract. So sometimes germs in the mouth can lead to disease throughout the body. Most often, the body's defenses and good oral care keep germs under control. To have good oral care, do the following. First, understand the incentives. Every time you eat or drink something, bits of food or residue can cling to your teeth and gums. The debris and its bacteria can turn into a sticky film called plaque. If plaque is left on the teeth too long, it calcifies. The hardened plaque is called calculus, which can't be removed with a toothbrush. Inside the calculus are bacteria that release acids that cause cavities, break down your enamel, and tunnel inside the tooth toward the nerve and jawbone, causing infection if untreated. From there, bacteria can travel to other parts of your body, including the brain, heart, and lungs. Poor dental health is associated with high blood pressure, health problems, diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis, Alzheimer's disease, and pneumonia. Select a good toothbrush. A dizzying variety of toothbrush options range from simple plastic picks with bristles to high-end tools with bristles that that spin or vibrate. But guess what? It's not the toothbrush that matters, it's the technique. You might have to you might have a brush that does all the work for you, but if you don't have an excellent brushing technique, you'll miss plaque even with an electric toothbrush. So beware of fancy marketing promises that suggest one toothbrush is better than another. Instead, get a toothbrush that you like and will use regularly. Choose bristles based on your gum health. If your gums are sensitive, you need soft bristles that don't cause irritation. If you don't have gum problems, it's fine to use hard bristles.
I would
Replace
tell you to be careful with that though, because it's
yeah,
hard to know. It's really hard to know your gum health.
mm-hmm.
So unless you
Like
got,
normally, if you get one of those harder brushes,
you gonna figure
after
out.
you
You
the
gonna figure
first
out
time
real
you
quick.
use it, like, oh no, I can't use this.
Right, exactly. If it's uncomfortable, that'll tell you real quick you shouldn't use it. Good.
Definitely. And finally, replace your toothbrush every few months. It's time for a new toothbrush if the bristles are splayed out and no longer upright, or
Yep.
if your teeth don't feel clean after you brush. Use the right brushing technique. No matter what kind of toothbrush you use this brushing method twice daily. Brush with toothpaste for 2 minutes. Divide the time among the upper left, upper right, lower left, and lower right teeth, 30 seconds per section. Angle the brush. The bristles should be aimed toward the gums where they meet the teeth, a junction where the plaque and calculus collect. You don't want the bristles to be perpendicular to your teeth, a 90-degree angle, but angled at a 45-degree angle. Make circles with the bristles. Rotate the bristles around and around in a gentle sweeping motion to help grab debris at the gum line. Be gentle. If you press too hard while brushing, you'll irritate and possibly injure your gums. Brush your tongue too. It collects loads of bacteria that need to be brushed away. Rinse your mouth and your brush. Wash away all traces of toothpaste and food debris. Take a peck, take a peek at your gums, excuse me. When you finish brushing, pull your lips away from your teeth to see if you've left food particles around your teeth. Your gums should not look red or swollen. See a dental hygienist for cleanings every 6 months and your dentist at least once a year, even if these visits make you anxious. And if you notice any problems between visits, give the dental team a call. But remember, much of the work in keeping your teeth clean come from good home habits, not just the dentist's office. One thing I wanted to add also that I came from a hygienist that I visited. I use a electric toothbrush, and he definitely stressed to do your mouth in quadrants, like we say here. But also he said that you should take the brush up and massage your gums on the outside of your gums and also on the inside of your gums, and if you can, like inside your I'm sorry, on the top and the bottom and outside and inside. um oh, I just lost my thought. um yeah, he said to make sure you do that. Oh, and also don't, that shouldn't be part of the 30 seconds for that
Right.
section of your mouth. That should be some additional time that you use when you do
For at
the
least
massaging of the gums.
a minute. Right. Should do it for at least a minute. So
Now,
yeah.
there are different ideas about how to clean your ears. I've noticed a lot of people are really ignorant about their ears. And ears deal with balance, uh, let alone hearing, but it also affects your balance. So, as a general rule, putting anything inside your ear is a bad idea. As a general rule, putting anything inside your ear is a bad idea. Your ears usually do a good job cleansing themselves and don't need any extra care. The only reason you should clean them is to soften or remove earwax from the outside of your ear canals. Okay, outside of your ear canals, not digging it deep in your ear. But remember, it's normal for your body to produce earwax, or as doctors may call it, cerumen. Earwax helps protect and lubricate your ears. If you didn't have earwax, your ears would probably be itchy and dry. It even has antibacterial properties, which means your ears are self-cleaning. Earwax is like a filter for your ears, keeping out harmful things such as dirt and dust and trapping them so they don't go deep inside. When you chew and move your jaw, you help move old earwax from the ear canal to the ear opening. That's where it usually dries up and falls out. But earwax isn't formed in the deep part of your ear canal, it's made in the outer section. So most times the reason you'd have an earwax blockage up against your eardrum is because you tried to clean your ears with a cotton swab or something like it and push the wax in deeper. So should you clean your ears? Ideally, no. Your ear canal shouldn't need cleaning, but If too much earwax builds up and starts to cause symptoms, or it keeps your doctor from doing the proper ear exam, you might have something called cerumen impaction. This means earwax has completely filled your ear canal, and it can happen in one or both ears. If you wear hearing aids, have complications after ear surgery, or use earbuds, noise reduction foam buds when shooting at the range, or put other objects in your earwax can build up. The symptoms of cerumen impaction are pain or a feeling of fullness in your ear, feeling like your ear is plugged, partial loss of hearing, which worsens over time, ringing in your ear, known as tinnitus, itching, discharge, or a smell coming from your ear, coughing. Okay. Your doctor can look into your ear canal with a special device and remove any earwax with small instruments, suction, or irrigation. If you have earwax build up often, you can put mineral oil in your ears for 10 to 20 minutes once a week to help prevent it. If you wear hearing aids, take them out for about 8 hours, probably when you're asleep, daily to reduce the amount of earwax that builds up. See an ear doctor about once or twice a year and avoid putting anything into your ears except if you need to wear hearing aids or earplugs.
If your problem isn't serious, but you think you have too much earwax buildup, you can gently clean the outside of your ears. Just use a soft, clean washcloth. You also can try putting a few drops of baby oil, hydrogen peroxide, mineral oil, or glycerin in your ear to soften the wax. You can use eardrops available over the counter to clean your ears. Um, just make sure it's some good kind. Look for water-based eardrops, exactly, with ingredients such as hydrogen peroxide, uh, carbon. How do you pronounce it?
Carbamide,
Carbamide peroxide, uh, acetic acid, docusate,
accusate sodium.
docusate sodium, or sodium bicarbonate. You can also consider oil-based eardrops for earwax removal. Look for those with olive or almond oils. If you have ear infections, often holes in your eardrums, or you've had ear surgery, do not use earwax. And I was always taught as a kid, do not use eardrops. I'm sorry. I was taught as a kid. They always say, don't. If it's bigger than the corner of your thumb like this, don't put it in your ear. That's what I was always told. So basically, nothing that goes in your ear. That's what I was always told. If you can't get whatever this size, that's the biggest thing to put in your ear. So I always still took my finger and wet tissue and wipe around the little rim around here and in that little canal where it may catch some dirt or something or wax. But I never really go in my ears, and these are big ears. So if I ain't going in mine, like I'll go right to that little. I'm not going in. I'll just go right to this little part right here. I wouldn't go in my ears. Anyway,
You look like a woodland creature. I had my own experience with my first earache this year. I
excuse me, was it after you said you didn't get sick like me and Baba?
It was after that. It wasn't, and I just because I said you look like a woodland creature, you want to bring that up. That's cool.
I'm sorry, I didn't even mean to do that.
Or that you have the ears of a woodland creature. Excuse me.
Oh.
Woodland creature. But anyway, I got that cough. I don't know how many people had experienced that, but there was like this cough that was going around. And I took a few things or whatever, but I wasn't as consistent as I should have been with what I was taking over the first few days, and it just didn't go away. So clearly there's that I don't know at the time, but there's mucus inside of my head building up. And it eventually gave me an ear infection. I was at work and I realized like I have an ear infection now. It's unmistakable. I'd never had one in my life, but I was like, there's no way this is anything other than an ear infection. I went to one of the, we have a natural grocery store here, a co-op that has a lot of natural remedies. So I went there. There was a sister that was there, an elder. It was a Sunday, and she was the person who was, manning the herbal counter. So I asked her because I told her I knew that whatever she told me, I was gonna do. She told me to take black seed oil, make sure that I was taking black seed oil every few hours, and she showed me some eardrops that they had there that were there were garlic and mullein, and I got home and I had my son to actually put the eardrops in for me. And from the first time I put them in, I experienced immediate relief. Like
Oh
they
wow.
worked right away. I still, kept up because I had learned, I hadn't, I wasn't on top of my routine. So I still kept getting the eardrops every few hours or whatever the directions were on there. But right away, it took away the pain and everything that I was experiencing. So I would definitely highly recommend looking for the garlic and mullein eardrops if you have like a natural store somewhere near you that carries that, or I'm sure you can order them online also.
Everyone, everyone should have a naturopathic store that they go to in their community or can
Right,
order from at least.
right, yeah. And there's tons of different kinds. So you can rinse your ear canal and flush out excessive earwax with a rubber bulb syringe containing water or saline. Ensure the saline solution or water is close to your body temperature. Using cold water can affect the nerves involved in motion and position and make you feel dizzy. Do not use at home suction devices. They do not work well for most people. Do not, or excuse me, don't use cotton swabs for earwax removal. They can cause much more harm. Using cotton swabs may push wax into your ear canal, making earwax build up worse, hurt your eardrum, and injure the ear's canal skin, making it bleed or become infected. You can use cotton swabs to clean the outside of your ear, but make sure you don't push them in. Besides cotton swabs or other small or pointy objects, don't use ear candles to clean your ears. Studies show they are not effective and can even cause injury. These hollow candles are supposed to be inserted into the ear canal and lit at the exposed end, but it is found that they can cause burns and even pierce the inside of the ear. And I also, the eardrops that I was using, like we say here, I had to make sure that they were warm, make sure that they were body temperature so that they didn't end up hurting the inside of my ear. So that's good advice.
All right, so B-Leg, you can go down to where it says dealing with the survival part. Uh, we have we're gonna have to do a part two because we got part on fingernails, hair, but because of time, we be
Yeah,
on
we
this
still
bad
part two.
we be on this bad boy for a long, long time.
Yeah.
I got you.
We be doing like EYL, 3-4 hours on this. So we can go down
I
to
got you.
so we're gonna go into now if things shut down, like how it did during the pandemic. A lot of stores were closed, but it can get worse than that. The power's down. What can you do? How do you keep yourself clean and sanitary? So we're gonna get into that now.
Uh-oh, it's finally happened. The shit done hit the fan. The power's out, and you have a freezing refrigerator full of stuff. You don't want it. You don't want it to go bad, so you quickly finish off that half-eaten pint of Haagen-Dazs vanilla bean ice cream and those cold slices of vegan pizza in the fridge. Now you got a boo boo, but the
Ain't
power's
nobody
out.
eating Haagen Dazs ice cream and vegan pizza.
And
It
that
could be
that would be
vegan.
me.
It
That
could
would be
be
me.
Haagen-Dazs vanilla bean ice cream. And every now and then I'd be like, yo, that vanilla bean's so natural. I could just eat that and it's just as healthy as bad vegan ice cream. But anyway, that's me trying to lie to myself and eat good ice cream. Um, you want that half eaten pint of Haagen Dazs ice cream, but and those that cold vegan pizza at the fridge. Now you got a boo boo, but the power's out and the water has stopped running. So where will you make your duty? And how can you clean up afterwards? What about everybody else? You can't just start digging holes in your backyard of bushes, or can you?
Despite being in the middle of an apocalypse, like say a pandemic, we can just pile up waste where we can't just pile up waste wherever we like, especially at home. Trash and human waste need to be dealt with in a safe and timely manner. The type of sewage system at your home will have a great bearing on your human waste disposal after a disaster. If
Mm,
you're on a municipal water and sewage system, like most of us in the hood, the water will flow until the source breaks down. Likewise, the sewage will continue to flow away until that facility fails. If you're in a more rural setting, your water usually comes from an electricity powered pump in a well on your own land. But you also have a septic system that is usually gravity fed and drains your household sewage into a septic tank. When the liquid overflows into a buried drain field, your sewage system, I'm sorry, then the liquid overflows into a buried drain field. If your sewage system is on site and gravity fed, all you need is a bucket of water to pour into the toilet tank or directly into the bowl to keep flushing your toilet for years to come.
Like Omi Nikki said, if your toilet is still working, a simple bucket of water from a nearby source will allow you to continue using it. To
right.
save on labor and valuable H2O, because you want to save as much for drinking as you can. And really, like we have separate drinking and cleaning water.
Right.
But if you can't do that, and we'll get into that how on specifically how to gather water and things of that nature. To save on labor and valuable H2O, follow the time worn adage: if it's yellow, let it mellow, and leave urine in the bowl through multiple uses. Yeah, now normal times we don't do that, but if you have a shortage, water
Yeah.
could end up being scarce. Let the urine sit, not poop, but the urine sit in there, a couple of times before you flush.
Put a little ammonia in there or some Clorox if you got it with the urine. It'll be all right.
When someone drops the inevitable number two, use your bucket of water to flush it all away. If your toilet is not functional, it's usually helpful to keep urine separate from solid human waste to assist in disposal. So if you're using the bucket for pee, it shouldn't be that same bucket for poop. They should be separate. Right. A bucket with a tight-fitting lid can make a
I
fine.
just had deja vu. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
From years ago.
Huh? You say
From
what?
years ago. This is like a old one. What you just said about the bucket and the poop, and the horror that I felt inside. That was all. That was all a deja vu moment. Excuse me. I don't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Baba.
No problem. A bucket with a tight-fitting lid can make a fine urinal for both genders. It will begin to generate a strong odor after a few days. This is ammonia coming from the breakdown of waste products in the urine. This should be dumped outdoors, preferably in a pit or gravel bed, because the ammonia-rich urine will kill grass, trees, crops, and other vegetation. And if you all have a dog, you know that you're just letting it pee around your grass and trees and jive. It will kill them. For feces, another bucket and lid can save the day. Throw used toilet paper and feminine hygiene products in there as well, since you don't want to mix this with your trash. Add a little dry material like dirt, sand, after each use too. This can be a sprinkle of wood, ashes, sawdust, dry grass, shredded newspaper. Okay. Dry material helps mitigate the smell, as will a splash of chlorine bleach, as Billy had spoken of. It's okay if some pee ends up in the bucket, a little bit, but try to keep it separate. When the bucket nears full, or sooner if you can't stand the stench, dump the contents in a compost pit and bury it. You can also seal the lid with duct tape and set the bucket outside, hoping that waste management eventually resumes and they'll know what to do with the biohazard you created, because it's a biohazard. You say, hey, well, things gonna go back to normal soon. You can leave a bucket, and then after a while, if you got 50 buckets outside, you also have a nice fence of poop sitting out there. So hey, and if you got to use against enemies, you can, hey, boom, you can use it against enemies too. Toss it, shoot it, set explosives on it. We may deal with that one day. Set explosives on it.
You.
Boom. Okay.
It's never unarmed.
Right.
This is the anniversary of that today too. I believe the workshop, the Never Unarmed workshop.
Mm-hmm. Wow. There is so much more when it comes to hygiene, trash, what to do with menstrual blood, the proper pads, diva cups or tampons to wear, how to properly shave your face, your legs, your more intimate areas. Like I said, hair, how to wash it, when to wash it, nails, how to cut your nails, clean your nails.
Bobby, do you have a book that speaks to any of this stuff as well?
No, no. So I was thinking that will make a great book.
You have to change the title so people know. It couldn't say hygiene. They have to know.
Yeah, right. It would be like survival hygiene or something like that.
We got to.
What about that? I smell the smelly smell of something that smells smelly. That's not a catchy.
Well, that would be the secondary. So it'd be like survival hygiene. I smell it, like that.
Right.
So that's a good idea. Hell, that might be the Warrior Class Presents book. It'd be a good idea.
We definitely could really go in for sure.
We're definitely gonna do a part 2, dive even deeper. We hope you got something from this that you can use. 2F said how not to shit in the woods. That's not a bad subtitle. How not to shit in the woods.
That's ours.
How to shit in the woods.
Or how to shit, right? How to shit in the woods. How not to shit on yourself in the woods.
How not to shit on yourself in the woods. That's a good one.
Wow.
Because you don't want to do that.
That's eye-catching.
Oh, and also, if you're in the woods,
get up.
This is one thing we learned in the military. Number one, everybody talk about bugging out. You really don't want to do that if you can help it. But if you are bugging out, you cannot use soap when you wash.
When Bobby says bugging out, he means, if you could clarify, Bobby, for the people who don't know your
lingo. When you bug in means if everything falls down, or most things in your area, you have like the pandemic or just a grid down situation, whatever. Bugging in is staying in your home, hunkering down. You got supplies, you can stay. Hopefully it's not just you and your family, it's several families together, because that's the best way to be able to survive. You got a group of trained people.
With enough supplies.
With enough supplies, yes. Bugging out means everybody, that same group, or just one family, goes out of a house into the forest. And really that's more in the realm of fantasy.
That's what we see on TV all the time.
Right. You go out and you're out you're fighting zombies out there and shit.
I was gonna say The Walking Dead.
Right. That's not how you want to live either. But if you're forced to bug out, you cannot use soap and you're in the forest. Because you don't smell like the forest. So you'll be exposed from other people out there wishing to do you harm, animals.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to wash with water. That's number one. Just know that, because people want those creature comforts they still had. You cannot do that. All right. When you eat, well, when you don't eat, when you put up your leftover food or food that, first of all, you shouldn't have no leftovers. during that time. But if you do, you want to put those, you want to hang those, you want to put them in 2 plastic bags, tie it tight, hang it up in the tree. Or once again, you will attract animals you don't want to attract. And just so you know, if you don't put it in 2 bags, I would say a bag dirt and then another bag with the food in it, tie it, put it up. Because if a bear smells it, bears can climb trees. Bears say, oh, food here? Let me check to see if there's food in that tent there. You're not stopping a bear from taking your shit. It's going to take it. You're not stopping a wolf. When we went camping, we do primitive camping. And don't do that unless you're trained. Okay. So we went primitive camping. My wife was pregnant with my daughter, Yemi. And we're out there. And I told you I was training on my surviving without, in the cold without a sleeping bag. And that was probably the stupidest thing. And I'm well trained, but that was probably the dumbest thing I ever did. It was very dangerous. Right, and if I wasn't as trained as I was, I probably would be dead. But my son had to go to the bathroom. I said, come on, let's go, son. Now, I have my rifle with me, but when he goes to urinate. You also can't urinate the same time as somebody you're with. You got to do it in steps. I'm just letting you know little things in the little time we have. Everybody that wants to bug out, because it's fantasy for most cats. They don't know this.
In the middle of the story.
And when I flashed my flashlight, there was a semicircle of eyes around us. Those were all coyotes. They were being very quiet, and they were, if our day had gone to the bathroom by itself, because he's like, I can go by myself, Daddy. He was 6. I can go by myself. He was 7. But no, you're not going by yourself. They would have ate him up. Seen this little boy out there, this little target, they would have ate him up.
Yeah.
So at that point, I made a fire. I woke up. Another person that was out there with us, I said, we're going to hold post. He said, well, you got your family with you. You can go ahead and go to sleep. I got the post. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I went and got another young brother. Stay up with him. I don't want him to go to sleep. Right. Because we can feel like we that, but I just woke him up from sleep. So 2 of y'all can work together to stay awake. But we got to make sure these coyotes, we can't be sleeping with them all around us like this. So they were up. You can't just say, well, they ain't going to do nothing. Shit. So we had the fire going. They were there at about 5 in the morning. I snuck out. They both sleep. Took both their rifles, put them in another tent. Then I said, hey, the coyotes are getting closer. They both reached for their weapons. So what's going on? The one brother said, now, the older brother was like, ain't nothing happening. I'm ready. He don't want to admit his shit gone. The younger one said, my rifle's gone. I said, well, where's your rifle? Oh, so it's right here. Patting over on the side. I said, pull it up, bring it up. I got it. No, bring it up. Oh, I really ain't got it. Yeah, I know. They're over there. Go get him. He gets up. I said, why you leaving your post? You said you had it. You going to hold it down. Why you leaving your post? My rifle. How your rifle end up over there? You did it? Yeah. So let me go get your rifles. You best pray nothing comes at this time. You ain't got no way to defend yourself. I went and got the rifles and gave them the rifles. You cannot go to sleep. For those that want to bug out, and you're used to getting your 8 hours, that's done.
Where can we, if only there was a book teach us.
If there was a book, there is. So you can get the USPI Urban Self-Defense Manual.
Oh,
You can get
There's more than one.
Surviving the Urban Apocalypse, books 1
Oh.
and 2.
Oh my.
Boy.
So there is a couple books.
So
Okay.
there are books.
3 books.
There's 3. At least 3.
At least.
That
You
deals
can get
with
Our Blood No More if you want to deal with, like, even if you go into like the clubs and all that kind of job.
Right. The reason
what would Ominiki do if you want to, your child going off to college or whatever, you worry, your daughter being able to protect herself, your son being able to protect himself. You can get what would Ominiki do. There's all kinds of.
And we need that because it's the summertime. You got the elections coming up. We've seen people get arrested, caught trying to incite riots. We have different variations of variants of this thing going around. People are still getting sick. We got new things going around. People are getting sick. So there's a lot.
You gotta keep yourself healthy.
Right. There's a lot happening and a lot going on. So we got to be aware because they can shut down things again at any time. You never know when that's going to happen. We got financial issues going on. We got wars on the brink. So there's a lot that could happen, even though we're so used to things never happening to us. That's like that's the whole America. Like, because nothing happens to America. They don't get the bombings. They don't get the missile strikes. Yeah. So they don't get
if the
pandemic
thing has taught us anything, is that things can change in a major way overnight.
It made it real for us. And shout out to you, BA, for bringing up the books, because I talk about this stuff. I just love teaching, and I don't even think about my books, to be honest with you.
I know you don't. This is how we don't think about saying hit the likes. We in this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We ain't thinking about a lot of shit. That's why we look like
the pandemic taught us that this shit is not in the realm of fantasy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A brother told us one time, man, give up your house and get a yurt and live in the yurt out and because shit about to go bad. I said, I'm not packing up my family, selling my house, and we live in a goddamn yurt. And he said, we gonna do it too. I said, okay, well, when you do it, I'm right behind you. He still lives in his house. If I had done, first of all, if I had done that, I was gonna say I'd have whooped his ass, but it's been my fault for being that stupid. To take my family, first of all, my wife would not have allowed me. Baby, we packing up and moving to a yurt. A yurt, if you don't know, it's a transportable tent, basically. It's round, it's a hut, transportable. And it breaks down, and then you can set it up somewhere else. We wasn't doing that. Now,
can a bear get inside of a yurt?
A bear can still get in the yurt. A bear can get in your house. So yeah, they just knock the door down. So yes, a bear could go through it and tear through a yurt in seconds. The bear go in the yurt, you'll sneak out that bad boy. Now the yurt is the bear's yurt.
I meant to tell you too. I stopped a coyote before, Bubba, when I was living in Wilmington.
With a weapon, or just ran it off, or
no weapon. I saw it was walking, and it came out around the corner at me, and I said, "Oh shit!" and it stopped.
Yeah, I got you.
I stopped.
Yeah, it was about 30, 40 of them. So hey, if you really did it, hey, but 30, 40 of them stopped.
I saw it up around the corner up the street, and I yelled, and it stopped walking for a minute, and then it started back again. But I stopped it.
Oh, you stopped.
I stopped.
Well, you stopped it for a second. Yeah.
Yeah, I yelled, and the thing stopped, tried to look at me. What's wrong with this dude? And then it went back on.
I stopped the mountain lion in Monterey.
I'm about to tell you that too. I stopped the mountain lion.
It was walking up the street. I looked and said, "Oh shit!" And it saw me. It stopped. and then it started walking, and then I started running. So you know, hey,
Wow.
going by
I stopped
that,
all
I
types of
stopped a
animals.
mountain lion too.
In my
Stopped
time,
the
I done
bears
stopped
in
the
North
whole lot.
Carolina. No thanks. I like sleeping outside. I do too. You just gotta know how to do it safely, and I don't want to sleep outside, and it's a pandemic,
Ooh, that was hard.
or
You don't want to have no choice but sleep outside.
right. If you're sleeping outside because you don't have a choice, then there are things you have to do that safely.
I love the statement that DC Joe Black said, nothing happens to America, everything happens to us. God damn.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah, well,
absolutely true.
Yeah, but
Absolutely
I
true.
would agree with you with that one.
Yeah. I now know that Yurt and Skeeter have emojis. What? It still does. Wow. Yep, that's a Yurt. Hell no.
What a
Got an
show.
emoji. If
What
I
a
had known
show.
that back in the day, I'd have said Yurt finger to the brother. Like, no.
Just so
No.
y'all know, for our faithful listeners and people out there, we have gotten ourselves a Patreon. We
Yeah.
will start organizing, and if Baba permits, we may even maybe go into the files of some videos that we share amongst each other, or that we have in the
Yeah,
file,
that'd
the
be good.
archives that we got some stuff. We're gonna see what we got. We're gonna start filming after class. We're gonna start filming some of these techniques that we've been talking about, going in detail, situational um, techniques. What happens when you caught like this? What happens when you caught like this?
Well,
And I'm gonna
so for Patreon, we'll be doing the thing where we go out and ask people, do they know how to defend themselves?
say,
And when they say, if they say, well, yeah, then we're gonna attack them and see.
and we're gonna have different tiers set up. So to see that tier, that's gonna be the $200 tier, and you get to see us randomly. We actually go around with a camera and let you choose the people in the chat, and you see them and say, "Get that guy with that
Hey,
red hat on," and we go
there
up
we
to him
go.
as he defend himself.
Well, that's a little different. You point to get that politician.
Oh, that's
You
gonna
know,
cost. That's that big
fair
Patreon.
enough. Hey.
That's that $1 million Patreon right there. But we are getting it. We are about to get it together. We will be. It's going to take us. This is a hot summer for us because we travel. We do workshops.
That's a good idea too, I manifest. So he's laughing, but we can have our own outdoorsman show. So we take people from warrior class and they stay outside for a week. Or we get people who, well, they probably wouldn't want to do, they'd be embarrassed. People who be talking about, survival, blah, blah, blah. And we say we get them out.
You definitely ain't getting them.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
We'll be better off. We'll be better off doing it ourselves. Excuse me, I got the hiccups.
And we can do that. We can do that, and our people, and then pop at our people with what do you call them, airsoft guns, stuff like that.
And our partner, Dr. Ball, has guaranteed us that he's going to help us on the technical side. So soon we will be reviewing videos of techniques and attacks on the show.
2F said that's a hard no, Baba. She ain't staying outside. She ain't staying outside and get filled. That'd be great though.
But yeah, that's what we're gonna be able to analyze videos.
Sweary Perry. Now this was actually, so this is part of what I think maybe I don't know, it seems like we did it. Could you do a show on safe water storage? I thought we had done something on that, because that's a show by itself. We can do that.
Yeah,
we will do that then, because it feels like I've taught classes on it.
How about collection and storage?
Yes, okay.
I know that's what you're thinking anyway,
right? So,
but just so they can hear it.
Okay, yeah. So we'll do one on collection and storage. If not next week, week after.
Yeah, bro.
That's definitely.
I already got my technique. I see the water towel. I stay about 8 minutes from it, and I got a kerosene cipher. So I'm just going when things break down. We'll climb.
Hey, now, I'll say this: we can do it next week. An assignment for you all: get yourselves a bib key. BIBB. It's also now known as a silcock. SILCOCK. Silcock key. A bib key, also known as a silcock key. Get you one of those for next week.
One thing sounded childish.
Teach
The
you all
other
how to
name,
use it.
one name sounded like a child's toy. The other name sounded like an SMM.
I know, doesn't it?
This is crazy.
But it's the same thing, and it'll save your life
Oh, I
because
know what you're
water,
talking about.
we need water more than anything else other than air.
You talking about the little key thing, Baba, that turn?
Yes, don't. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew what you was talking about.
And that should be in everybody's go bag and in your survival supplies. Okay, silcock key, also known as a bib key. They may say bib cock key too. I'm not sure, but it's silcock or bib key. You know, we normally call them bib keys.
Just know that I have several, and I will not order one from Amazon before the show so I can look good. I don't get down like that. So.
Oh no, I'm not gonna. So I got my own, and you know I got several for my family members, right? And for students, but they're cheap. Can I get it at Ray? You know what? I don't think so. You can order it on Amazon. You may be able to get it at Ray, but
it's REI, Baba.
I know. I always call it Ray. I know it's REI. But so REI deals with outdoorsmanship, if you want to say, or outdoors personship, right? Using a bib key is when it's definitely urban, and when you ain't got time to be giving a fuck, you gotta get some water. Okay, I'll just say that.
Want to do Granger? I think you might be the one. I mean, you might be going to Granger. I have to check.
No, not bib, BIB space cock. That's something else. that you know, with person wear a bib. I won't go into it, but you can imagine. So
no
bib, BIBB, or silcock, SIL no space, SILCOCK, silcock. Not SIL space COCK. That would be a sad seal if you did that. Silcock. Okay.
All right, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Okay, I wanted thermos like Baba, a thermos. They only have it online.
Well, we'll have the warrior class thermos in just a couple weeks. No, I'm just kidding.
So I have 5 thermoses. You're talking about my military thermos, the long one. I think you can only get that online now. But I have one. Next week I'll bring it down here, but it's black. It's not as tall, but it's wider, so it has the same amount, 32 ounces. Okay. That you can definitely get at REI because guess where I got it? Okay. So that one you can get. And it's steel. Well, both of them are steel. But, all right. So we're about to head out. DC Joe Black said we're drifting down. Yeah, because we're about to head out. I'm just answering. So
we started here. We've been drifting down the entire.
No, we didn't start. We started down here at the angle.
And it just kept going.
And then we went up. Now we're back down. So all right, y'all. Y'all be safe. Be black or stay black or whatever it is that you may be.
Yeah, bro.
Love y'all. And see y'all next week, and we'll do the water next week. Peace.
Yes. Peace. Chlorophyll, eat good foods, don't eat smelly foods if you already have odor issues.
Yeah, so now that's another part, the foods that can cause you to smell too.
We'll talk about it. All right,
peace.
Yes.
Peace, y'all.